Level 1. The Perimeter Rookie. You're 26 years old. The Academy PT test nearly broke your spirit 6 times. You spent 18 months just hoping they wouldn't notice you breathing too loud during room clearing drills. Then you get the letter with the gold letterhead. You're in the Special Operations Group. You show up to your first call-out at 3:47 a.m. on a Tuesday. It's a barricaded suspect in a split-level house in the county pocket. You are vibrating with adrenaline so hard, you can taste the copper in your mouth. You check your rifle's chamber for the 15th time in the bus. The truck stops, the doors open. Sergeant Miller looks at you and points to a roll of yellow crime scene tape flapping against a mailbox post. You wait for the rest of the instructions. They don't come. The truck pulls away toward the front door. You are standing next to a dented Honda Civic holding a $40,000 rifle setup and a roll of tape. The core contradiction hits you before the sun does. You have all the gear of a warrior and the authority of a mall cop. Your new title is Tape Guardian. Your primary threat assessment involves spotting iPhone camera lights from 100 yards out. You hear the breaching shotgun hit the door frame 2 streets over. It sounds like a god slamming a car door. And you're out here, listening to a neighbor in slippers ask if she can go back inside to get her thyroid medication. You develop a weird coping mechanism by the end of month 1. You stop looking at the house where the action is happening. You watch the crowd instead. You memorize the way people hold their phones in landscape mode. You notice that the first person to say, "I know my rights," is always the one who records vertically. You stop hearing the sound of flashbangs as danger. You hear it as a schedule announcement. Bang means the team is inside. Bang means you have about 6 more minutes of standing here, pretending the sidewalk is a classified perimeter. You watch a grown man in a bathrobe try to duck under your tape at week 4. You step in front of him with the same enthusiasm you'd use to block a shopping cart. He says you're violating his constitutional right to observe public servants. You say the sidewalk is closed due to flying splinters and potential blood. He calls you a tyrant. You want to tell him you were first in your class on dynamic entry drills. You don't. You just stare at the middle distance. That's the trick. Level 2, the breacher. You get promoted after a year of protecting America's sidewalks. Promotion is a funny word. They hand you a 30-pound steel ram named Vera. You are now the human battering ram. Your job exists in a 3-second window of absolute violence. You don't clear corners. You don't look for threats. You look at hinges and deadbolts. You smell like wood splinters and 2-stroke exhaust from the Bearcat's generator. Your shoulder has a permanent bruise shaped like the butt of Vera. The training is this: hit the door, step left. Get out of the way of the point man so he can go get shot instead of you. Your first real door is solid oak with a decorative wreath hanging on it. The family inside didn't pay the mortgage. The bank sent a locksmith. The locksmith heard a shotgun rack inside and ran away. Now you're here. The commander says the word. You swing Vera with the force of a man who wants to be anywhere else. The door frame explodes inward like cheap toothpicks. And for the rest of the operation, you just listen to his wife crying inside her own bedroom. You can't unhear that pitch of fear. You are the first punch in the bar fight. You just never get to see who wins. Level 3, the point man. You are 31 now. You haven't slept through a full REM cycle in 4 years. The sniper just cracked the radio. Hostile on the 2nd floor. West window. You are standing behind a wall of drywall that wouldn't stop a pellet gun. The commander says, "Go." Your foot crosses the threshold into a house that smells like cat urine and burnt tinfoil. The world narrows to a tube the width of your front sight post. This is the most honest moment of your life. There is no politics here. There is no media narrative. There is just a hallway and a door and the shadow moving under the crack of that door. Your heartbeat isn't fast. It's non-existent. You've pushed it down into your boots. Your brain is running a math problem. Height of shadow, distance to muzzle, angle of floorboard creak. You see the glint of a cell phone in the dark, not a gun. You see a bare foot, not a boot. You see the shape of a 14-year-old kid who stayed home from school and hid in his parents' closet when the glass broke. You don't shoot. You clear the room with a shove and a scream that comes from your pelvis. The kid drops to the floor in a puddle of his own urine. You zip tie his wrists behind his back anyway. You walk out. The TAC medic gives you a thumbs up. You nod back. You don't remember what the kid's face looked like by the time you get to the truck. Your brain deletes it for you as a survival mechanism. Level 4, the sniper. You're 40 now. Your knees are shot from running in plates. They put you on the roof. The promotion to sniper feels like a punishment for having a low resting heart rate. You are the eye of God. That's what the juniors call it. It feels more like being a gargoyle. You lie on a gravel rooftop 300 yards away, watching a man eat a bowl of cereal through a window. He doesn't know you're watching. He doesn't know his wife called 911 because he hit her with the TV remote. You watch him chew Frosted Flakes for 40 minutes. Your spotter is asleep next to you. You've been on glass so long, you can see the sweat stains on his wife beater. You see a fleeting moment of beauty. It's a cardinal. It lands on the power line 6 feet to your left. It's the reddest thing you've ever seen against the gray morning sky. Then the commander gets impatient and orders gas into the front window. The bird flies away. The man drops the spoon. The yelling starts. You pack up the rifle. You never fire a shot. That's the cruel irony of the role. You have the power to end a life from a zip code away. But 99% of the time, you're just a very well-armed bird watcher with a view of a sad domestic tragedy. Level 5, the tactical commander. You're 53. You don't wear a plate carrier anymore. You wear a black polo shirt tucked into 5'11" tactical pants. You're in the Bearcat. The air conditioning is set to 68 degrees. You have a monitor that shows the drone feed. You have a map of the house with the furniture layout. You have a coffee that went cold 20 minutes ago. You see the point man's helmet cam jitter and bounce. You hear his breath. You know he's in the hallway with the closet. You know his heart is a clenched fist. You are the game master. You hold the lives of 7 men in your throat. The core contradiction of this job is that you are the safest man on the scene and the most guilty. If the point man gets shot in the face right now, his wife will get a flag. But you will spend the rest of your life wondering if you said, "Go too soon." You will wonder if you missed a reflection in the drone feed. You will wonder if you were just impatient to get home for dinner. The breach is clean. The call comes over the net. You exhale. You didn't realize you'd been holding it for 2 minutes. You take a sip of the cold coffee. It tastes like acid and victory. You get out of the Bearcat and the sunlight hurts your eyes. You see the perimeter rookie. He's holding the tape up for a crime scene van to back through. He's 26. He looks at you like you're a legend. You don't feel like a legend. You tell him good job on the perimeter. He stands a little straighter. You don't tell him the truth about what's waiting for him inside those houses. Survival isn't a victory here. It's just a heavy habit you can't seem to kick. You go home. You take off the polo shirt. You sit on the edge of the bed. Tomorrow, you do it all over.